CBS News legal analyst Jack Ford joins us now. Jack, good morning.
Charlie, good morning to you.
So what's next? What might the Justice Department do?
Well, Justice Department said we're going to take a look at this and decide whether there should be any federal prosecution here. Now, people might say, well, wouldn't that be a violation of double jeopardy to try him again? The answer is not necessarily, because if he was tried again, it wouldn't be for murder and manslaughter. There are certain situations where the same set of facts and circumstances can give rise to different state federal charges. But here's what happens. The Justice Department is always very cautious when there's been a state-level trial. So they will look to see, it's not enough to just
Isn't there
to
a
have
pretty
people...
high standard?
Very high standard. And it's not enough just for people to disagree with the verdict. Historically, what we've seen is this, that the Justice Department would jump in if there was a failure to investigate, a failure to even prosecute, or if there was some fundamental flaw with the first trial. So there's a lot they have to look at, including they look at the first trial and say, is there any reason for us to believe a second trial would be any different here? So statistically, it's not probable that it would happen. But we've seen in the past, for instance, the Rodney King case. It's certainly possible that the Justice Department can say, we're going to prosecute your civil rights violation attacking Trayvon Martin because he was black.
And don't they have to show or suggest some sort of racial animus?
Yes, exactly. It would be the notion of that George Zimmerman violated Trayvon Wright's civil rights, the right to be safe and not be attacked, because of his race. That's the important part for the federal government to get involved.
So that's one avenue for the Department of Justice. What about the family in a civil rights case?
You can see that the family could file a civil and probably a good comparison. We were talking about this before, is the O.J. Simpson trial. O.J. Simpson found not guilty in the criminal case. The family sue him civilly. Civil trials are very different. First of all, you're looking for monetary damages. There's no jail involved. It's the families against each other, essentially. But there are differences. The standard of proof in a civil trial is much, much lower. In a criminal case, it's beyond a reasonable doubt. Civil trial, a mere preponderance of the evidence. And also in a civil trial, they could compel George Zimmerman to testify where he couldn't be compelled to testify in the criminal case.
What kind of second guessing will there be about this trial?
I think there'll be a lot. I think people have to realize, though, that, and we've talked about this from the beginning, this was a hard case for the prosecution. It wasn't a slam dunk. But I think you'll see people saying, why didn't you just go with a manslaughter charge to start with? It's an easier case to prove than murder. But the reality is, with trials and verdicts, there's always disagreement. But here, there shouldn't be real surprise.
Jack Ford, thank you.